Honey, are you alright? You gonna be okay? Your cold's really getting to you, I feel for you. You know, we got these big appointments tomorrow. You got your meeting with your manager. I got my meeting. Is there anything I can get you to help you with your cold? No? Well, you're in luck because I've been working on a project. You know that thing in the basement? When I told you never ever go near it? Well, I've tested it and I'd like you to try it. All you gotta do is step through the door there. Wait about 3 seconds and the lights go out and back on. Come on in.
Wow, Scott, it really worked.
Well,
I
good.
never thought of it.
So you're ready for your big meeting tomorrow, huh?
Yes, I am. Thank
Good.
you.
Thank you. Toastmasters and guests, I'm going to introduce a sci-fi, something I just made up, called the Germinator 3000. The logic behind it is we all have children that bring home colds and flu bugs. And no matter how many times we wash our hands and practice proper hygiene, one of them little bugs always comes through and boom, you get it, no matter how careful we are. So with the Germinator, we don't have to worry about that no more, because we just demonstrate. I'm so glad you're feeling better. It has multiple uses other than germs. You can use it in an industrial situation, such as here, franchise tax board. We would have one at each entry point, just remove what's there. The employees will be scanned. Now I know what you're thinking. What does it look like? So to give you a little bit of idea what it looks like, we're all familiar with Star Trek. I borrowed some of their, gotta get proper credits. The teleporter type thing. So you step in and you get torn apart, literally. You go through a processor and you get reassembled. If it detects anything, anomalies, like what you have with your cold, it removes it. So therefore you effectively no longer have your cold. There's more features, we'll get to that in a minute. Another key thing with this product is, for those who work security or maybe prior law enforcement, I like it because there's some strange people out there. And they may try to penetrate FTP for strange things that we don't want to go into. Well, guess what? With the Germinator 3000, it checks the database of all employees. Now, the guests are handled individually, but if you come in and you're not authorized, the head of security can do one of a couple things. He can hold you in a pattern buffer in the computer, and you ain't going to know it. If you have any items on you, such as a knife or a gun or something, that also gets destroyed in the process. But it's held until the security in charge decides what to do with that. So it covers diseases, it covers security, and it handles many things at once. So how it looks, this is the individual, more for the home-based, 2 to 4 users. And for commercial use, you got multiple people. Let's say military, you got to deploy. Something happens in North Korea and you need 50 people there now. We have the commercial strength version. This one will teleport up to 100 people at a time. The way the machine works is you have 2 high-end computers on the smaller scale version. These computers, if you buy a new system today, the occupants of the quarters or the home will be scanned. All scans are verified by a doctor to make sure there's anything unusual there. So everything's checked and rechecked. They also will work with the unauthorized use access person. However, they don't cover doors. So we added a new feature just for you. not only does it cover you here, but if Joe Burglar goes through your window, it'll suck him in and transport him into the buffer and hold him. And you have the option to say bad boy if you want, but until the authorities arrive and deal with Joe Burglar. So it's for diseases and security, very useful, I believe, in today's world. Well, your two computers for the smaller scale model are on the UPC, battery backup. If power goes out, it has batteries in place, and it will run up to 4 hours. And have no fear, if a worst case scenario, everything shuts down for beyond that 4 hours, it's also backed up on the cloud, redundant data, until your system comes back online. So we believe it's a fail-safe product. On the commercial end of it, obviously 2 computers up to 100 people just isn't going to handle the load. So there, for these, we have actual servers that we buy from company A. And they're full-blown. They have 8 processors, up to 15 or 16 terabytes of data, tons of memory, and it'll handle the load. It also has battery backup for commercial use, like if you used it here, and redundant to the cloud. Because something happens, we want all of our FTB employees back in the morning, smiling, eager, ready to go. So we've got that totally covered. What it cures. Initially it was designed with the intention to detect and resolve known viruses, colds, flu bugs, simple things. One of the guys in the lab said we really need to expand this further. So what we did is, and took a lot of work, took us much research, working with the doctors in the medical field. What we have added to it is the ability to cure cancers, all types, known to man. Diabetes, thing of the past with this product, steps in, scans you, oh, you got diabetes, looks for the problem, resolves it. If you got bad eyesight, if not all cases are correctable, but most cases it can cure that because it puts you in the buffer, compares you to your family types, and it'll regenerate it. Anything that gets modified or changed, say you lose a finger, you can get that back with the Germinator. It will reassemble you with a new finger. Just don't point it at your wife, you'll get in trouble. It also removes AIDS. If anybody's infected with AIDS, it does get rid of that. Any subdermal or subcutaneous issues, not a problem. Germinator will scan you, compare you to your family DNA history, and rebuild you back to normal shape. Safety record. Hope I should have told you this before I put you through the machine. But I have total confidence in the product, and I knew you'd be okay. Initially, one of our lab technicians failed to install the redundant backup on the system. So we had a rat that we were testing, and he was put in the machine, and he came out half rat, half fly, kind of like the Fly movie. So we had to analyze everything. We shut the whole program down and try to figure out why. Well, obviously the fly flew in and been where he shouldn't have been. Why didn't the system catch it? Because the guy didn't have the fail-safe on. Now, here on out, including the one you went through, your DNA is always verified before any changes are made. In the commercial use, your DNA, it's strictly controlled by you or in an industrial area, the CEO of the company. They're the only 2 people that can make changes to that. But I'm sure none of you want to be changed without your consent. Or in case of Joe Criminal, maybe you can change him a little bit, but it probably wouldn't fly too well in the court of law. So after that, we tested it several times. No more half flies. Somebody I care for deeply went through it fine, no side effects. The projected cost, everybody's favorite part. My goal today here would be to get potential investors and maybe a sale or two. For the home unit, we're starting out at $50,000. It's guaranteed for 20 years. Data is backed up for life. And we, like I said, we have professional staff and medical doctors for any anomalies that happen along the way. The commercial unit varies. That can go anywhere based on the size of your business and how many units you need and how many people you got to teleport with the Germinator 3000. So that controls the cost and dictates the cost. We estimated for a small business of 20 people, it would require about a $75,000 unit minimum. But it depends on your needs again. It's under development by the brightest minds in science today. As I mentioned, doctors, we're looking into applying it to the private school sectors. And there's many, many uses, I believe, available for this product.
I liked your speech, Scott. And I like the way that you formatted it. The first part was the demo. Someone goes out, comes in, this is my product. And then you went through with describing your product, the benefits, and at the end, you tried to push for a sale. And if this were a real product, people would have been more interested, I think, because it applies to everybody. This kind of product, everybody would want. And the price is worth it. Because right at the beginning of the meeting, I was saying, you know, one of the most important things in your life is yourself. And so what can you, if that's the most important thing, what can you have more than this Germinator 3000? You know, you step in, you get well. But at the end, when you were trying to push for the sale, what I would have done was I would have said something like, an operator just standing by to take your order, you know, or something like that. Or we have Bill over here, and if anybody is interested in more information or wants to order one, speak to Bill right here, you know, that kind of thing, to close the deal. Just by saying, if you want more information, this is how you get more information kind of thing. But I did like that you said that it had an interface to the internet and that you used a lot of good adjectives. You were saying the known viruses, cures cancer, that's one of the biggest things, AIDS, diabetes, and resolves it. And the word is subdermal. Maybe some people don't know what that means, but it was good use of words. And the fact that you extended it past just the health thing about the security and the fact that if somebody's breaking your house, that it would suck the criminal in kind of thing and hold them there. So, you know, added benefits to this product beyond health. Those are good selling points. So it's not just somebody walking in and coming out and being healthy, but the fact that it does other things. So I thought that was good. I think that if you use a little more body language and more vocal vocabulary, and I was waiting for you to hold up this other picture, which you never did, I don't think. I might have missed that. I might have been writing, but one or two more of those would help. So all in all, I think it was a good sales presentation, and I think you did pretty well, Mr. Toastmaster.